Fashion, Faith, and Flair, and today's fashion message is dress for less stress. How many times have you been in your closet and you're asking yourself, what am I going to wear? And you just stand there looking at your closet going, I don't want to wear that. I don't want to wear that. I mean, when I go into my closet, we all know it's completely black because black is my favorite color. And I shouldn't say it's completely black because obviously I pull what I'm wearing today out of the closet, but it is a sea of black. So I can go in there and I have no idea what I'm going to wear. It causes me a lot of stress, and nobody, including myself, wants to be stressed out. So I want to give you 4 tips today on how to alleviate the stress. So let me go over the first one. The first one is dress for you and nobody else. We are all different. We're wonderfully and beautifully made, and we don't need to be dressing like our best friend or someone else. You need to dress like you. And I have to remind myself that over the years, when I've tried to look like someone else, it was a complete disaster. So you should consciously dress in what makes you feel good and helps you be the best you can be. Don't let others tell you how to show up in the world. You be you, let them be them. Now, the next tip is very important, and that is think about what you're going to wear. Do some pre-planning. Don't wait till right before you have to leave for that event or wherever you work. Do it the night before. Don't wait till the last minute. That will definitely cause stress. And if you're rushing around and you can't decide what to wear and you're throwing something on, it's going to affect the time that you have. You need to pre-plan it in advance. And what I've found is that accessories are usually the hardest thing for me to select. So I definitely want to have those pulled together. Let me give you an example. Just a few days ago, I was going to go to a private event that I managed to get on the list to be able to go to, and it was north of town. And my church that I'm attending right now is north of town. So I did not want to have to come all the way back home to just go back out. So I had to find an outfit that was going to work for me. And so as I got to pre-planning my day, which was the night before, I thought, okay, I'm traveling to church. I need something to wear to church that I can actually wear to work out and also wear to this event, which was actually at a marina. So first of all, those of you who attend church communities, of course, they all vary, but anything goes. As long as you're wearing clothes, that's the main thing. So you can wear about what you want to wear. And I typically like to dress up, not all the time, but I wanted to wear something that wasn't too far outlandish, because the event I was going to be a lot of creative people, but it wasn't a fashion event. And plus it was, in a houseboat on a marina. There was a restaurant bar. And so I wanted to wear something that I could actually just bring some accessories and call it a day. So I selected the outfit. The main thing that determined what I would be doing was the shoes. So I like to wear high-heeled shoes, and I will wear those, obviously not to work out. I wear tennis shoes. So I worked it out where the outfit could be worn all 3 places. Of course, I had to bring the deodorant, and just so you're aware, I don't work out that hard. It's moderate exercise. I'll lift some weights. I'll do a little dancing. Believe me, I'm not coming up with the big sweat. So, I know this is a little too much information, but anyway, so I got, I made sure everything worked out. I brought makeup, I brought some deodorant, I had a little bag so that I could freshen up and be able to go about my day. And I felt really confident in my outfit and my hat. And I went to the luncheon that I was invited to, and then, I wore that obviously to church, and then I went to work out, put the tennis shoes on, I had leggings on. That's usually part of my attire. And then I went to the lake to do some walking because it wasn't 5:30 yet. And then I just changed the shoes, freshened up. I was on the go. Now, it used to be when I would go to several events in the same day, I wanted to have options. I wanted to bring a lot of different clothes and outfits. And believe me, at this stage in life, I'm kind of over it. I want to make things work. And you can go from one event to another event, just changing up the accessories. And in this case, I did the shoes. So think about what you're going to wear. Feel good about pulling together because it'll make you feel great and it'll give you a boost of confidence. So the next tip is show off your positive qualities. Everyone has positive qualities. We need to dress to enhance those qualities. Now, I can hear people going, I don't like this about me. I don't like that about me. Well, that's all fine and good, but don't dwell on it because we all have positive qualities and clothing can accentuate those things. Now, obviously, for me, I'm not crazy about my arms because I was larger, at over 300 pounds. There's a lot of stretched skin. So you're not going to see me in a tank top, at least at this stage in the game, out in a tank top, although I have one underneath this sweater to show a little of the bling on the tank top. But that's not something I'm going to accentuate. So you're not going to see me in shorter sleeves. Now, on the other hand, I like my legs. So I'm going to wear heels. I'm going to wear the leggings. And I work hard. I've been working out now for going on, oh God, how long have I been working out? Almost 7 years consistently. And so I'm going to do something to accentuate that part of this body that I've been given and this body that I've abused from all the food. But you know what? When I wake up, I think, okay, God, thank you. I'm awake and I want to feel good in my clothes. What can I do to accentuate what I like about myself? So show it off. You'll have self-confidence. And people will be drawn to you and inspired by you when you are confident and you feel good about your positive qualities. Don't let the negative self-talk come into it. And if there's a part of you don't like, then change it. Change it. If not, accept it. And I think probably a lot of people realize that the older we get, we're more accepting of ourselves. And we don't care as much as we did when we were younger. I mean, we care, but we don't want to dwell on it because there's more important things, and that's a renewal of our spirits. This body's wasting away. I mean, the time clock is ticking, and we get older, and we make the best of each decade, and we try not to move it along to the end of life, of this life anyway. So anyway, the next thing, which is the last tip, is don't hurt yourself. Now, I got a couple of stories about hurting myself with clothing. Avoid clothes that pinch, pull, or chafe. In other words, don't hurt your body. Bodies were not meant to wear corsets. And back in the day, women wore corsets. They started as children, age 12, and it deformed their bodies. And so when they went to have children, a lot of women died in childbirth. And so I used to be in retail management years ago. And when I would see a customer wanting to buy a girdle, I would try to dissuade them. Of course, they don't call them girdles now. They call them shapewear, or, who knows what the other words are for it. But, the idea that you're going to bind yourself and hurt yourself or wear clothing that's too small, that you're going to be tugging on and uncomfortable, don't do it. I remember, I got two quick stories. One of them was back in, oh gosh, I guess it was 2001 when I started to have a heavy weight gain. And I was with a choir that had the privilege of backing Amy Grant up for a charity CD. She was singing a song. So we were on the Grand Ole Opry stage. And I had these Liz Claiborne jeans that I was busting out of them. And I was gaining weight. I couldn't stop. And I remember that they were so kind. They gave us food, before we performed. I think we took some breaks. And I remember I'm standing on the riser behind her, and I had to unbutton my jeans because they were so tight and I couldn't sing. And I was so uncomfortable in something that should have been a beautiful moment to be able to sing, to back her up and sing this song. But because I was wearing these pants that were obviously too small, it ruined that for me, that moment that could have been beautiful. That's just one example. Another example was 5 years ago, I went to Israel with a church group, and we were at the Dan River, which that day it was really muddy and it was rainy, and I didn't have any tennis shoes. I had flat shoes and I had heels. So obviously I was wearing the flat shoes, and I was the only one in the group that fell twice. I slid in the mud, and this nice couple helped pick me up both times to make sure that I could continue on the hike, and also I was okay. And so I remember telling the guide, Itai, I'm like, Itai, I fell twice. And he looks down at my shoes and he goes, you should have worn tennis shoes. I said, Itai, all I have are flats and heels. And he looked at me like, that's not my problem. You're the one that made that decision. Of course, he kept his mouth shut. But the point was, I had inappropriate clothing and I paid for it. So even now when I wear heels, because I do love them, at this stage in the game, when there are stairs involved, and if I'm in heels, Cindy's going barefoot up and down those stairs, or I'm bringing flats until I want to wear the shoes because I know my limits at this age. So the most important thing is looking amazing doesn't have to make you unhappy. It doesn't have to make you uncomfortable, or it doesn't have to make you stressed out. Just try to look at these tips, try to implement them, and you'll be much less stressed out, and you'll feel great about yourself. So when you go into that social situation, you'll feel confident. So I hope this video has been a blessing to you. If it has, go ahead and like it, and I would appreciate if you would subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers so that I can get a custom URL. So if you could help me out, that would be awesome if you're being blessed by these videos. And I hope that you have a fabulous, stress-free day.